Hello traders out there, Traderland D7 here with Grok. Been trading in the live markets 30 years, looking at technical analysis, and I'm going to help you understand what's happened the last couple days in the markets. With that understanding, let's get after it. I got a couple the Feds came out yesterday and dropped basis points by 25 basis points, and saying there's going to be fewer future cuts than expected, pushing yields higher. Inflation fears, concerns over persistent high inflation rates affecting future earnings and consumer spending is a very real issue we are now dealing with, and political uncertainty, risk of governmental shutdown, policy shifts with the new leadership, and also market correction. Stocks were overvalued. Fed signaled led to a sell-off in the rate-sensitive sectors. But here's the long and short of it, guys. Because of these cuts taking place, it almost seals the deal for a 2025 market recession. Some rule says that the market is already in a recession. On top of that, I'm going to show you this. We also have the bond yield inversion, which was highly inverted down below the zero line. If you don't know what this is, the long and short of it's a 10-year bond yield versus the 2-year bond yield. Those two together, normally the 10-year will pay you more than the 2-year. Every once in a while it inverts. When that happens, that's called an inversion. It happens very seldom, but when it does, anytime the inversion corrects and comes back above zero, normally you will get almost all the time a big market correction. And what was fascinating here, we had the longest and deepest inversion that we have ever seen in all of history. And then it righted itself going into August 2024. And it usually is 100 days after it rights itself is the average when it comes where the market top is put in place, which kind of puts us around that time about now. So what we're looking at now is will we be getting these negative GDPs? If you get two consecutive negative GPTs, you get a market correction. That's called, and by that time the market's already bled out at that moment. So you got a bear market or a recession. So anyway, they're a little laggy on that. Now what we're taking a look at here is it just recently had come back down to the zero and then rallied back up solidly. That is potentially problematic. I think that is interesting. Let me show you what I'm seeing here in the markets. So if we go over here in the markets, take a look at this. This is the S&P 500. And we have, for the last couple of videos, guys, I've been showing you these bearish divergencies. And I denote those through the red lines. You can see the red lines here on the RSI. That's this one here. MACD is right here, showing those. And then when you draw the correct trend lines, you'll know we had a rising wedge. Anytime you have all those together, of course you normally and usually get a big market correction. You don't know when they're going to come, but when they do, they usually happen on big volume. Well, we got big volume here. Very impressive. If you go here to the diamonds have been dropping. Do you guys know this is the largest drop in the diamonds we have seen in 50 years when it comes to consecutive drops? That's huge news there. But we are way oversold on the Dow. Do you see this? Way oversold. Let's just kind of take a look at this. If we go over here, anytime we got near this line, this purple line down here, this is a daily chart. Let's take a look at this. We got under it here. That was this area right there. Then we dipped right below it again, and that put in our low. That was the low of 2023, guys. 2023, that was the low. October 2023. We got near this area right there. That put us in this low. Got near it there, didn't get down into the white area, low. Got near it, didn't get in there, low. And guess what? We are now in that area right now. The question is, are we going to come back up into the purple? If so, that could be our low and we'll rally back up. But we have sustained big damage here. Big damage. Here are the Qs, here are the technology stocks. What I'm looking for here are these trend lines. So if you take a look at these charts, what we're looking at are these major trend lines. It took a minute for it to populate. And if you look here, big volume the last couple trading days, but we're sitting at this time. The markets will close in about 3 minutes at a major area of support. We need to bounce right now. There's nothing saying it's going to. It could come crashing down at this moment, but we're at this place where we can in fact get a bounce right now. It needs to happen right now if it's going to. But if you look at this, look at the Russell 2000. We're down under oversold area. Huge drop, but we broke a major trend line today. That is no bueno. If it comes back up and it heals itself, okay, going on Friday, that will tell me that's going to be a jab that could heal itself and we could get a major rally back to the upside, something we got to be watching for here. The financials have been just crashing and burning, no bueno, no good, breaking these trend lines, which have not populated yet. Let's go TradingView. I do use TradingView. We got links all over our site. But we broke the trend line. This was back on December 17th. We broke this trend line, and then that was a bad news there. When we broke on the 17th, that told us we were in a lot of trouble, and then bam to the downside, and we continued down. A lot of open space for us to go still, but we're way oversold, and it's hooking up, which is a good thing to see it starting to hook up. US dollar, if you look at this, is just off to the races, straight up. Gold, if you take a look at that, down, beat up. And I said we wouldn't want to hold any of that, and sure enough, look what it's doing. It's crashing down. Now silver looks a little better. It's pulled down. It could rally back up, but it's got way too much upside resistance for me to really be interested in. The VIX, if you guys weren't paying attention to this yesterday, VIX spiked nearly 80% yesterday, which was insane. We pulled back 15%, but relatively speaking, huge breakout. The breakout actually happened the day before. That breakout happened on that trend line right here on the 17th. December 17th was the time. If you had these trend lines wrong, we teach it in our classes. There it is. Long and short of it, let me just get to the point. This Saturday, feel free to join us. Bitcoin's everyone's talking about it. Everyone wants, but very few people know anything about it. I've got a meetup going on. Just go to groktrade.com/meetups. Go there, register, join us Saturday morning for 1 hour. We'll be talking about Bitcoin and what it means and what it means for the future, how to get into it, easy way of trading it. We'll get into all that. It's very fun. Feel free to join us. Take care, guys. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you later. Bye. Guys, why are you still here? You just watched my video and now you're still lingering around. Might as well be with you now that I have your undivided attention. Listen, if you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend putting in your foundation of trading through a mentor. For learning to fly a plane, you wouldn't just go through ground school before you start flying in the friendly skies. What you would be doing, though, is going up first with your flight instructor. Same thing if you're gonna learn to ride a bike, you better have somebody behind you helping you ride a bike. Surgery, you're not gonna read a few books and do heart surgery. So every principle and with being guided by a mentor, let finances be this. If you're a trader, you from amateurs to professionals. Mentoring will do that for you. Anyway.